Hi. So, at the moment I'm still going around the country giving talks, and at the moment I'm in rugby. Um, my hotel room in rugby, and I wanted to focus on something that keeps coming up time and time again. Not only when I'm giving talks, but through people messaging me, and when I talk to people, I always want to give them answers, or I want to help them, or give them advice. But there's one thing that I get time and time again where I feel my advice, my tips are just inadequate. And I get this more and more. People saying to me, my son, my daughter, my brother, my sister, my mum, my dad will not go and get help. They are sitting in their room, won't come out their room. I'll never forget, there was one sister that contacted me, and her brother was living in his shed, and he was hearing voices and he was seeing things, and he was talking to these, and he wouldn't acknowledge it, and he wouldn't go and get help, he wouldn't come out of his shed, and she was like, what do I do? And as I said, I always want to give people answers, or I always want to help people, but sometimes I feel like when it comes to that situation, I feel like it's so hard when someone doesn't want to help themselves. It's so hard, but I just wanted to make a video to just tell you that I was once like that. And 8 years ago, 8 years ago, I had no choice but to go into hospital. I had my breakdown. I was out of control. I was on a dual carriageway, walking down the middle of a dual carriageway, out of control, thinking I was possessed by the devil. I was out there, so I was able to get help because I was out there. But when I did get help, and when I did come back down to reality, I was like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. The shame, embarrassment, the guilt. It all comes down to stigma, really. Stigma and a lack of education. If I'd have got education in school, but that's no point thinking about the past. But I will never forget, I came out of hospital. So in hospital, I was 20, was put in hospital, given this diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder. I didn't talk. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to acknowledge. And I'll never forget, when I came out of hospital, I really struggled. I really struggled for a long time to open up and to acknowledge what was going on. And one day, one night, one evening, we were sitting around as a family. There was a phone call, and my mum went to answer the phone, and I overheard the conversation. It was a family friend that their son had been through quite serious depression, and I overheard the conversation, and Mum saying, "Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you very much. I'll see if Jonathan wants to talk to you. That'd be great if he could talk to you." And I've never said this to anyone, and I feel ashamed about saying it, but I felt such anger. So no, I don't want to talk to anyone. Actually, thanks. I don't want to talk to anyone. And Mum came off the phone. I knew what she was going to say. Oh well, so and so has said, he'd really like to meet up with you, and I didn't show it. I was just like, okay, yeah, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But inside I was like, no. no, I don't have this problem. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want people to know. I just want to. So I get it, you know. I get it when people tell me that their family, friends don't want to talk. They won't talk. I get it. If someone had said to me that evening, you know, 8 years later when you're 28, you'll be out there, you'll be sharing your story, you'll be doing all this stuff, I would have said, no, of course not. But then look at me now, and I just hope that will provide maybe some hope to people that are struggling. Not only with people they love, but with themselves to come out and to say, and to kind of express what's going on. So I promise you, I would never, ever spoken to or thought that I'd be able to speak to anyone and be able to make a video like this. I never would have thought that. So things change, you know. Things change, and people change. I just hope that gives a bit of hope to people. What I'd say to people that are struggling with loved ones: don't give up. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. But please don't push too much. But please don't give up. Just let them know that you're there for them. It doesn't have to be, you know, oh, how are you feeling today? You know, I thought we could talk. No, just you know, if you want to talk, come here. And I'm not, you know, please don't take my advice as kind of like, because I could be wrong, but just from people I've spoken to and experiences myself. But yeah, kind of not pushing, but just gently letting them know you're there for them. Letting them know you love them. Small things. Quotes, positive quotes, you know. Used to a friend of mine, and my brother actually, didn't push, they just used to send me a positive quote, or positive, just to let you know I'm thinking of you, kiss. It's like, okay, you know. I wasn't ready to talk, I wasn't ready to open up, but it was great to receive that sort of communication. Letters as well. I always say to people to write letters. Write the letter that you want to send to your loved one that's struggling, that won't get out. Write that letter with all the things that you want to say. Don't send it, but just write that letter, and it helps. It helps you to kind of get everything out, everything you want to say out. And maybe do write a version of that letter, not with everything, but just with a few things that you want to say to that person, and put it through their door or something, and just the power of words written there is quite incredible. And then people they won't block it out, they'll sit there and they'll read it. It's impactful, so I always say to write letters. Try some way to get them to listen to stories of recovery, and not just through mental health, through physical health. So the thing that was a turning point for me was when a family friend, oh god, I've got to be quick because I've got to check out, and anyway, family friend had a heart attack, and after he had the heart attack, he spoke to me and he told me about everything he'd gone through, the physical symptoms, the emotions, the surgery he went through, heart surgery, and what it was like. And hearing someone talk about their physical health, if someone would have sat there and spoken about their mental health, I would have been like, but because it was physical health, I was like, okay, you know, I'm open to that. I understand physical health, I get physical health. I didn't get mental health, but I got physical health. So hearing that was the turning point that made me want to talk about my mental health. So get them to somehow hear stories of hope and recovery, not necessarily through mental health, through physical health. Just constant stories of positive things, positivity. Again, not pushing it on people, but just gently. And the other thing lastly was mindfulness. And again, if someone's not ready, they're not gonna You're not going to want to know about mindfulness, but for me, my therapist in hospital the first time, when I sat there and wouldn't say a word, she pulled me to one side and she said, you've got to get out of your head. There's a mindfulness CD called Mindfulness for Beginners by John Kabat-Zinn that I'd recommend. I bought it. It sat on my shelf for 3-4 years before one day I decided to listen to it, and it changed my life. So do give them that CD, or give them a book that you think will help. Don't push them to read it. They'll do it when they're ready, but it took me 3-4 years, but I did it, and you've got to be ready. You've got to be ready. But yeah, and the most important thing is don't give up. Don't give up on the loved ones. Don't give up on yourself if you're not ready. Just know that you are loved. And just know that you will get better. You will. Because I can speak from first-hand experience. I got better. And I'm human, just like you, just like everyone else that walks around the planet. I'm no different, and if I can do it, anyone can.